Hi, everybody. I have a Facebook friend who is wanting to register his songs with ASCAP. He's become an ASCAP member, and he believed that you needed to have a copyright or a copyright number in order to do that. That's not true. Nothing needs to be registered in copyright. When you actually create the song, put it in tangible form, this is a little legalese speaking, it is automatically copyright written. The reason to register with the Copyright Office is for the best method of proof, and you also get the ability of statutory damages. If you have any desire to be consulted on these things, performing rights organizations that we'll discuss in a second, like ASCAP, or how to copyright your music. I know I'm a musician myself in addition to a lawyer, so this is stuff that I love, and I know some of the workarounds in order to register a lot more songs for a lot less money. So if you're interested in copywriting your songs, by all means contact me. RobertReedLaw.com is my attorney website. But anyway, on to this. Now, why a performing rights organization, and what is one? Well, you've probably heard of ASCAP. You've probably heard of BMI. There's a few others, but these are the two main ones in the United States. And if you intend on, or if you actually are, having your music played on television, in movies, on radio, in any kind of medium, even the internet, you want to be registered with a performing rights organization, because every time your song is published, i.e. played, you're entitled to a royalty. And what happens is, if it's a television show or radio, something like that, usually it's a music supervisor that keeps a list of all songs that they use in addition to the name of the composer, and they submit it to the performing rights organizations. And if you're a member of, let's say, ASCAP, they get a hold of that you're entitled to payments that are made by those shows. So, on to this, you can see how important it is. I mean, if you intend on just writing songs and giving it to your family, then you don't need to spend the money. But the reality is, it's very cheap, and surprisingly cheap. To be an ASCAP member is like 35 bucks. So here's the main screen. We'll get into the nitty-gritty now, and this is when you would log in, and you would go to the members part right here and just click Member Access Login, and you'll be ready to go. And once you do that and you enter your name and password when you're a formal member of the performing rights organization, and I'm not a member of BMI, so I'm sorry, I can't really advise you on how that one works out. But once you're in, then you will come to a screen like this. And I blacked out some of the key information, like my address and phone. My email's fine, robertreed@gmail.com. You can email me with questions, or certainly rob@robreed.com. But you don't need to know about the billions that I've made this year on, not really, but I'm trying, penny at a time, a penny at a time. And where you're going to go once you get here, this is your main screen, you'll see here's a part that says Register a Work, and it's that easy. And once you click Register a Work, you will be sent to this screen. This screen is the first page when you would register a title. You could play this video to get an instructional, which is fine if you want to, but I'll just give you the quick run through. Now, I have a song that I have not registered yet, and it's a song called Christmas is Christ, and we will put that into my catalog. Starting out, we will begin. The standard form is what I like to use, just general registration. This is just a standard song with original music and original lyrics. They make the presumption that it is original music and not public domain. Certainly, if you're using public domain, you want to put that. If you're using pre-existing copywritten music written by someone else, used with permission, and not in collaboration, you can click that. And everything that I have done is original music, and if there are lyrics, then I'll click this. In this case, there are. And you go down, and then it asks for commercial registration. You don't have to click this box. It's if this work is intended for use in a commercial, promo, movie trailer, etc., etc., etc. It could be used that way. It'd be great, but as of right now, it's not intended for that. I wrote it, and I'm hoping that somebody will take it. And if it happens to be one of these folks, that would be great. The work is not concert music, so I don't need to check that. The work is not a sample, not using an existing song or a medley or an interpolation of a pre-existing copywritten work. It's all original. And for movements of larger works, it's not an excerpt from a larger work. So that's simple. I just move on. Now we need the details. So the name of the work, as I said, is Christmas is Christ, not Christ. Christ. And this is my registered name with ASCAP, Rob Allen Reed. It's already in there. Alternate titles, I don't have any here. Most probably wouldn't. And the following fields are optional. You'll see it's pretty clear. You could put a duration if you want. I don't know. I can't remember how long the song is, and I don't feel like going back and looking, so I'm not. Copyright information, I have not registered this formally with the Copyright Office yet because I haven't formally distributed it. I think I did put a demo out on my YouTube channel, but last year. I'm going to try and put it out this year with plenty of time. So keep onto this channel to find out when and if I do distribute it. I need to re-record it. I want to make it a more professional version. Production information, you could put that too, but there's no reason to. If you are the type of person that likes details, then go for it, but not me. So you go towards the next page, and it's got entitled Parties for the Work Christmas is Christ. Now here's where it gets a little tricky, because even I haven't exactly figured out how this goes, because there is a default standard agreement usually with publishers. If you get into a contract with a third-party publisher, we're 50-50. I have an agreement with a music library where they get 50% of the publishing royalties and I get 50%. And what they do is they go out and they try and find places to play the music. So that's what their fee is, and I'm completely cool with that. And that's the standard, and ASCAP and BMI, I'm sure, is the same. But what I do, this song is just mine. I have not given this to the music library that I'm a part of. I'm going to just submit this to different music supervisors that I have connections to, and hopefully they will be interested in playing it. Or, you know, when I put this song out on iTunes formally, you know, the great hope is that somebody at a radio station goes, you know, this is a great Christmas song. I'm going to play it. Every time it's played on the radio, you're entitled to royalties. They're supposed to pay. And because this is my song alone and I don't have a publisher, I paid an additional $35, that's all it was, to become my own publisher. So let's go here. This work has a publisher. They check it off, making the assumption that it will. Now, if you don't, my concern here is I'm not sure if you lose out on 50% of the royalties, because you can't give yourself 100% royalties as the writer only. You just can't. So just in case, like I said, I registered myself as an individual and also as a publisher. And so we'll go to this drop-down field. And there I am. Rob Allen Reed Music is the name of my publisher. That's me. So you must check this box if you were this publisher or have a contract with this publisher. If you have a publisher at all, you would have a contract. Or if you don't and it's yourself, and like you've done, you've registered as a publisher in addition to as a composer, then this box is going to be checked either way. The ownership share is going to be 50%. Save and continue. And when we do that, you now see Rob Allen Reed Music. The original publisher is now up there. The next thing, obviously most important, because it's you, the writer. Click Add, the master list. The only reason you're going to see that there's more than one writer here, my friend Lance, is because we've co-written a couple songs together, so he's listed as he gets a certain percentage of the writing publishing from those songs that we've done together. This is already defaulted because they assume if you're registering this, you are the writer. And just to be thorough, you want to make sure that this one matches. Down here it says you should also select from the drop-down the original publisher, and that's the one that I already put there. And the designation is composer author. I don't even know what the other options are here. Let's see. Author, composer. Well, I want to be composer author. I mean, you're the author of both the lyrics and the music. That's me. So for this particular song. So then you move on and it's save and continue. So we've got a writer and we got a publisher. And now when it comes in, you'll see now that I am listed, and we have Rob Allen Reed Music as the publisher. The writer's Rob Allen Reed. And then it asks whether or not it's been recorded. It has, and the artist and performer. This is a way so that when it goes out, let's say this song will go out on iTunes as Rob Reed. So I'm going to make sure that they've got that. So that when they hopefully play the song on the radio somewhere and owe me royalties, they're going to submit it to ASCAP as Christmas is Christ by Rob Reed, not Rob Allen Reed, so it's a lot easier to find. ASCAP will take this if they find Rob Reed, Christmas is Christ, and immediately allocate the proceeds to Rob Allen Reed, me, and Rob Allen Reed Music. Sweet, super easy. Recording information, optional. You don't have to put it on. I don't have an album title yet. I haven't put it on anything. If anything, at this point, it would just be a single, although I do want to put a CD out at the end of the year, but the clock is ticking. So you save and continue. And now this is the final summary page. It's that easy. The work has not been submitted, it says yet. So I confirm all this information is right. I've got my publisher listed. I've got me listed. I've got the recording information, the artist name as it would be listed if somebody were to play it. And by clicking submit, you warrant and represent all the identifying information with respect to the title and the writers and the publishers is true to the best of your knowledge. You further acknowledge any misrepresentation or any false, discrepant, nice word, or misleading statement may cause ASCAP to take further action. Like they'll flip you around and spank you on the butt. I don't know what they do. Don't do anything. Don't mess around with the copyright stuff. Make sure the stuff you submit is your own. And here I go. I'm going to submit. Here I go. Here goes Christmas is Christ. The work has been successfully submitted. Now here's where it gets a little bit, if you're an impatient person like I am when I first registered my first title. I'm like, okay, let me go check my catalog up here, and it should be there. Nah, it takes a while. It says, please allow at least 2 business days before returning to the website to check the status. That's really... And notice the words at least. It hasn't been more than 2 business days before it would appear in my catalog. So just be patient, but once you've gotten this far, unless they can, I guess, have proof that somebody else uses the same song, and I don't know how they'd figure that out, because you don't submit your song, you only submit words, so they can't compare it to anything. But anyway, eventually Christmas is Christ. Here's my catalog. It will appear somewhere. Well, I do have some instrumentals of Christmas is Christ, I believe. Yeah, 2. So it'll probably appear just between Chopped Salad, which must be a great song. I don't even remember how it goes, and Christmas is Christ Acoustic 2, double R. Now you'll see here the listing. This Nick Randall is is my primary publisher with a lot of the songs that I've done. But here's one, By Your Grace. That's a song that I released myself, available on iTunes on the Walk in the Light CD. A little plug there. And I would get all royalties for every time that it's played. I don't have to split. In this case, at Cabin Fever, I would split with my publisher, Nick Randall. So that's it. And if you have any questions, by all means, you can email me. I think we've pretty much covered it. If you need legal assistance for copyright, you can contact me, robertreedlaw.com, the easiest way. And I hope this helps you. God bless, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.